Good day, my name is Daniel King, and I want to welcome you here to the Writing Music Film Society. We are located here in Fuquay Arena, North Carolina, in the Chamber of Commerce building. So if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you love entrepreneurship, we want to interview you here at the Writing Music Film Society. So, without any further ado, I have a lovely guest here, and I would like to ask a few questions about what she does. Okay, so let her introduce herself right now.
Hello, I am Elina Pelikan, and I am a local arts instructor, producer, and creator right here in Fuquay Arena. I have been teaching in the area since 2008. And currently I teach right down the way at the First United Methodist Church in Fuquay Arena, primarily is where I am. I am Pelikan Productions.
Awesome. So what inspired you to get involved in the arts?
I have been in the arts since before I can remember. My father is a Juilliard-trained musician and an art collector. My mom's an artist, and I grew up surrounded by arts, music, dance, theater, everything. I started by throwing myself into the dance studio and performance teams and such like that, and then in middle school, high school, I got into theater. And in high school, I went to a School of the Arts in California. That's where I came from prior to being here, I know.
Awesome.
Not terribly Southern, but I went to South Orange County School of the Arts, where we put on show after show, and we sing, we dance, and we act, and that's where my true love of the arts came from.
That sounds exciting. So your life probably have been filled with a bunch of drama, exciting.
Yes.
Did you grow up singing in your household?
Oh, yes, always singing.
Oh my gosh. So all your sisters and brothers get together and they sing?
It was just my brother and I.
Oh, okay.
And he was a dancer, and he would play piano.
Right.
So yes, we would sing together, and but music was just always a part of what we did. Sometimes people just break into song.
Right. How did you get yourself involved in production?
So throughout high school was heading towards the Broadway route. That was really my goal, was Broadway's performance. And then at a certain point, I had these warring dreams of family and marriage and Broadway and performance, and I didn't want to do either one halfway. I knew that if I did Broadway, I was going to throw myself into it and wait on everything else. But the truth is I didn't want to wait. So I got married at 19, started having children. I have 5, and they all sing together. And so right from the beginning, even before I had children, teaching was the obvious thing. I always loved children. And so my first production that I did was for a private school in California. We did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in our own sort of way, with a school of 150 children. And my job was to get them all up on the stage for their end of the year production. And it was such a rush that I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
The excitement.
Oh, so
I could see it in your eyes. You're still excited.
I am. It was a rush, and it is to this day, every time.
Good. How do you come up with the ideas for your shows?
I have 3 main stage shows currently. I always have a spring show, and I have enough ideas for the next 100 years. So it's just a matter of choosing. Coming up with the ideas is a less hard thing than deciding. Once I choose a theme, then the children do a lot of the inspiration.
Wow.
I let the children create their own characters. I let them come up with ideas. We just did a Neverland story. And when I started writing the show, because I write all my scripts and I create the stories most of the time, when I started writing the show, I didn't know where it was going to go. And so we get about a third of the way in, and I said, okay, we have this magic treasure chest, and you're going to open it, and something's going to happen. What's going to happen? And one of the kids said, what if we get sucked into the treasure chest?
Wow.
And so that's what we did. And then how do we get out of the treasure chest? And then, I'm driving down the street one day, harmony, we'll sing. And it became the chest of discord.
Wow.
And harmony was the solution. So it's like the ideas exist.
Right.
And then they just naturally flow between the children and just life.
It sounds like a Disney World in your mind.
Always an adventure.
Always an adventure. Awesome. That's amazing. What does your schedule look like during the day?
Oh, goodness. Every day is different. But generally, each day has multiple things. I keep very, very busy. So I'm very involved in my church. I lead the music at my church at St. Raphael of Brooklyn Orthodox Church right here in Fuquay. And we're a fully a cappella Byzantine chant with an American flavor.
Right.
So I have church 4 times a week.
Okay.
So every day it's a combination of classes that I teach, art that I need to produce. I paint, and this week I'm mainly working on a painting commission. During the fall, I teach on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays actually.
Yeah.
I teach private lessons from my home studio on Fridays, private vocal lessons. So it's just a constant, going through. We also homeschool, so I've got 5 children. One of them has graduated. So the children are always around, and it's just a synergy of creation and work. And then the beauty of what I do is that my children usually come with me to classes. So on Mondays, I would take my youngest, and we do musical theater. And then the older ones would come, and she'd go home, and we do choir and scenes and monologues. And it just goes from there.
Such a busy day. How do you get everything done?
I don't. The only way that I accomplish what I do is that I want to do about 80% more. So I have all of the things that I want to do. There are literally dozens of things that go unaccomplished. I have things that I want to begin, things that I want to move forward, books that I want to write, paintings that I want to do. So it's just a matter of I accomplish what I can. The thing that goes in my head when I get in that mode of like almost overwhelm is Dory from Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep moving. Or you could go a different way. What's your name again?
Elina.
Oh, you can't remember stuff.
I know. Where am I? What am I doing?
Yes, exactly.
It's so true.
What's your name again?
Elina. My name's Elina.
Exactly.
That one I know.
It could get really busy for you during the day.
Yes.
And where do you create and teach? Where's your location?
So I rent the downstairs youth space of First United Methodist Church right here in
Right.
Fuquay Arena. They have been such a wonderfully welcoming and kind group. So I'm very thankful for them.
Right.
It's a nice big space,
Big
and
space.
I've got all my art supplies stored. We teach a lot of art classes.
Yeah.
So we just make big messes and then do our best to clean them up.
That's good.
And then I have a home studio.
Right.
Which is a separate building on my property where I work on Byzantine iconography. Most people don't know what that is.
Right.
It's artwork for churches.
Explain that a little bit for us.
So I am an Orthodox Christian, and similar to Catholics, we have icons. We have images of saints and angels and Jesus on our walls.
Right.
So because art was something I've always done, when I became Orthodox in 2008, iconography was an obvious direction to begin going. So I'm working on icons for a church in Texas currently.
Okay.
So 8 more to go. There's 14 I've put in. And then our church is actually about to build. We're about to build a whole new church.
Wow.
And then I'm going to have just walls and walls to fill. Which
That sounds exciting.
so exciting.
Oh my goodness, a lot of art work to do.
Yes,
That's
yes,
fun.
yes.
That's fun. That's fun. And what's your favorite thing that you teach? What drives you?
I love new ideas. So what drives me is moving on to the next thing.
Right.
I love musical theater because we're singing, we're dancing, we're acting.
Right.
Favorite. I love creating artwork with children in the art classes because their creativity is just off the charts.
Right.
They're so untethered. My homeschoolers particularly, they're just, they just go and they create. Although my kids in my evening classes, I love them.
Who's your favorite creators?
Okay. My favorite creators. So one of the things on social media that I love is the ability to follow creators.
Right.
And actually see their inner processes.
yes,
So
yes.
like in music, I love Cody Fry. If you don't know Cody Fry, his work is amazing. It's orchestral and folk and pop and everything just mixed together. Love Jamie Cullum and Jeremy Jordan, who is the best voice on Broadway. I know there's a lot of other voices, but he is the best voice on Broadway.
Wow.
And then in dance, I follow Michelle Dorrance and all the other rhythm tappers. There's so many out there. You could just keep going. In shows, I love that there's a bunch of new shows like Islander or the Bridgerton musical, that go along. Nobody knows about them. But then there's also, Wicked. Everyone knows about Wicked and Hamilton. You know about Wicked.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Everyone knows.
There we go.
Hamilton, Matilda, you have the top headliners, but then you also have these really sort of obscure groups that are just creating shows and music.
Right.
And that's what I love about the arts. It's like in the pop industry, you have the Taylor Swifts of the world, but then you have the people that are creating a living, making art with their own followings that you might not know, but that's what the art world, it's not just about the Taylor Swift. She's great and all. I'm not a Swiftie, but I understand she's great.
Yes.
But it's about all that, and it's down all the way to the level about these children who they're creating art.
Right.
They're doing what they do.
That's right.
It's exciting.
And how do you handle like artistic block?
So my solution to artistic block, I have two paths I can go.
Right.
One is the unhealthy way, which is to just stop and pick it up the next day.
Okay.
Sometimes that's necessary.
Right.
In my best mode, my easiest way to handle artistic block is to jump into a different venue. So if I'm working on writing a script and I'm just don't know where to go, then I can stop and I can go and I can work on a painting. If I'm working on a painting and my eyes are crossing, then I can stop and I can go and work on some music.
Yes, okay.
And so that helps me a lot.
Let's say, what advice would you give to young aspiring artists up there?
Young
Who wants to be, like you? Aspiring artists, teachers, creators like you.
Well, I would say that they should aspire to be like them.
Right.
More than like me.
Yeah.
But to just create.
Yeah.
Just create. And I think the biggest enemy to creation is perfectionism sometimes, is this fear that what I'm doing is not good enough. And the truth is, what I do is never good enough.
Right.
I can always do better.
Yes.
But if I don't put out what I can do now, then I won't get better.
It's true.
You have to create the I don't want to say bad art, because I don't think it's bad generally, but you have to create at one level before you can get to the next level.
Right.
So just put it out there and go and keep going. And it's not a direct line.
Right.
It's it's a very Waverly course. So just do it.
That's
good.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid. I love with YouTube and social media and all these things right now, they have a lot of very negative impact, but they also have a very positive impact on your ability to learn new skills.
Right.
My children have learned how to crochet, how to draw in styles that I have not taught them.
Right.
They're coming back at me with vocal warm-ups that I've never heard before.
Right.
Then these are from creators that are putting it out there, and there is this open sharing that is beautiful.
Platform. Yes, I like YouTube. And on that note, I would like to encourage you guys, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here, because we would love to have you here interviewing on the Writers Music Film Society. This is a really exciting show that we have started, and we are so excited about the future. There's going to be a lot of people that we're going to be interviewing leading right up to Christmas, and there's going to be events also as well that you can participate in. So if you think like me, in my mind, I think about Disney every day. And I'm inspired by creators like Elina here and Walt Disney and so many people out there. Keep creating, keep aspiring to be better. And I want to encourage you. We're going to be on social media. So follow us, like and share, subscribe to all Elina's information. So Elina, on that note, do you have a website?
I do have a website.
Okay.
It is in need of some work, but you can find me on Facebook is probably the best way.
Yes.
On Facebook, I'm Pelikan Productions, Pelikan, Pelikan with a K,
Pelikan.
like the bird,
Yes.
but with a K.
Yes.
Or Miss Elina Dance Music Art is how it will come up.
Right.
And we have an art camp coming up next week.
Good.
That is going to
Art
be
camp.
drawing and sculpture and painting and slime.
Slime.
The kids love slime. I'm aware slime is not art.
Right.
But for children, art equals messy things parents don't want them to do at home.
Right.
Slime fits right in there
Right.
with this camp. You could just come to slime camp.
Yes.
From
slime.
3 to 4 every day next week. Or you could come to Monday and do the whole day, or you can come to the whole week. It's a lot of fun. It's right there at the place. And then I've got classes coming up in July, and I've got the Broadway review August 24th.
Awesome. What about Christmas? Are you planning
Christmas? Yes. So Christmas, last year was the first year.
Yes.
That it was my third year with my choir, Bright Lights.
Okay.
But it was the first year that we became elves.
Elves.
We were Christmas elves. We have
Christmas
pointy ears and elf costumes and glitter on our cheeks. I was
Yeah.
the elf queen, probably my favorite role.
my gosh.
We learned all of the Christmas songs.
Wow.
And we were at shops on Main. We were in Cary. We were just all over the place.
Okay.
So this year I want to expand on that. I've got Bright Lights Junior is my 6 to 12-year-olds,
Yeah.
and Bright Lights Senior is my 12 to 18-year-olds.
Good.
And so they will be doing that. And then we're going to put on a Nutcracker.
Good.
Because I have fallen in love. At the Fuquay Art Center, they do a Nutcracker every year, and I worked with them for a couple years.
Good.
And now I put on my own Nutcracker.
Wow.
And so I haven't decided. We might be in. Last year it was Nutcracker in the North Pole.
Yes.
The year before it was a Christmas Carol Nutcracker.
wow.
Where that was pretty fun. The Scrooge was the Clara. It worked well.
Yeah.
And then this year I think we might kind of focus on location and be either in the winter with all the snowflakes,
Yeah.
or be in Candyland because Wow. Candy. So I don't know. That one, the show will write itself. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. So guys, come and visit Elina and all her productions. All right, and they would be produced in the Art Center. She'll do a lot of the productions in the Art Center. So come down to the Art Center here in Fuquay, Varina, and she has a lot of exciting things going on in her life, and I'm super excited just speaking to her. And I want to be a part of this production, you know. And what I could do is I could record the productions and have them on our YouTube channel here on the Writing Music Film Society. So guys, if you want to sign up for the Writing Music Film Society and showcase your talents and your ability, so what we are doing is we're just trying to get the message out there into the world so you guys could know on social media what we are doing here in North Carolina, Fuquay Chamber of Commerce. So thank you for joining us here, Elina, and we appreciate all that you have brought to the table, and we're excited to see all the productions that you're going to do later. So any parting words?
Just definitely check out the Writers and Film Society. I jumped in there 2 summers ago now.
Good.
And the support and the camaraderie and the synergy of all of the people together has been a huge inspiration and help. And so I highly recommend, if you write, if you sing, if you produce art in any way, this is a great group.
Yes, awesome.
It's worth getting into.
That's right, that's right. And we're happy to have you guys joining us and watching us from wherever you are in the world. Thank you, and we'll talk to you again on the next show. Bye.
Bye.